Hello, good day to you, all my audience. Even though you're not much, today we are predicting or we are going to analyze on XAUUSD, which is gold. So we are starting with weekly time frame to identify what happened from the past to anticipate what is going to happen in the future. This is basically what we do. Then we just you know determine our risks and enter heads on. So from what we are seeing here, you can identify even from a glance and see that we are in a bearish trend where price even broke structure to the downside, although it didn't displace further to the down. It just swept these levels. It swept previous weekly low, closed a bit above the body of previous week candle. Then this new week opened, and when it opened, you know, you can see it swept previous weekly high. But before all that, we can see that price started creating this supply zones from here, something like this. Um, and even this, you know, after it created this leg, this is the origin that sponsored the move to create this break of structure to the downside. So one thing that is making me think otherwise or skeptical about this trade, even though we have been bearish for the whole week, is this sweep of liquidity. Sorry. After the sweep of liquidity, you have also noticed a close above, but the thing that is going to make me take this trade is because of you know the thing that is going to make me stick with the bearish bias is because of this sweep of liquidity. And after that, we also had a price is in an order block. It got support from an order block here. So now, since we have a bearish bias, our secondary or our primary target should be previous weekly low, since the previous weekly high is taken already, and now we are going to lower time frame to have more refined and more concise and precise anticipation of what is likely going to happen. So let me leave this to be seen only in this given time frame, so that it won't be that damage in the lower time frame or too much points, like everything to be neat, so that it usually helps me with seeing what I want easily. So now this is daily time frame. This is a breakout structure we had to the downside, and before that we have seen that price came and traded up to this place, and after trading up to this place, it got support from this order block, and after it got support from the order block, we then had a breakup structure to the downside. If you go into lower time frame, you see what I mean. So me, I'm I usually look for what I want to see from the lower time frame. This is the breakup structure we had from higher time frame, sorry. So after getting this, I've also seen that price came here and created a breakup structure at the downside. On lower time frame, I call on higher time frame, which is my daily mostly, I call this is one of my best elements of trading, which I even named a C candle, meaning a continuation candle of that trend. So if I'm bullish and I've seen that, and I've seen the C candle, bullish C candle, a close above previous candle, or if I'm bearish, I used to look for a bearish close above or below previous candle. So after seeing that, um, then I will anticipate the next move. And it gives me more confirmation, and it is one of my checklists. So one thing that you will notice here also, price traded into this zone where it swept liquidity, but this C candle that we have is making me see something else. It is telling me that we are still bearish, but not strongly, and price is likely going to take liquidity above before um you know um, coming back down, unless we have seen a breakup structure to the upside. Then we are not going to anticipate bearish move no more, and that weekly previous previous week's load previous weekly time frame that we have seen a sweep is going to start making an effect now. So now we have seen this. So this low that created this sweep, where is it originated from? It's originated from this high, and meaning that this high is likely an inducement from lower time frame, and I would like to see price trading into that zone and sweep that level. After I sweep that level, then I will anticipate, I would like to see price trading here. Then I will anticipate more move downward up to this primary daily time frame target, and even um the target from here. But price is fractal and it cannot just keep going downward. It has to be making moves, corrections, taking liquidity, then stuff like that. um so now this is now going to be my order block, since we would like to see price trading back into a premium order block and also sweep liquidity inside that zone. Then we'll look for increase signals before entering at that level. So now I would like to hide this also to be only seen in time frame. All right, let's be going to the for our time frame to see what we have here. So you can see, this is the order block that we have, the daily order block that I have marked. And if it is refined, you can see that if I refine it, it will look something like this. Sorry, let me just use my rectangle. So this should be my order block, and in that order block we have also seen our inducement. which is a primary key, one of my checklist that I always respect and would like to see while looking for setup. Because without the knowledge of where liquidity is taken and where price is headed next to take another liquidity, you will be just in the dark and you will always keep losing money. So this is my order block. And I will shade this liquidity with a dollar sign so that let me take with the wick entirely. Let's see. So now this is the previous weekly low. Sorry, previous daily low. I would like to see price do something like this. Um, like to see price come in here, save liquidity, break structure to the downside, and a small retracement to the entry, then target this level, and probably it might break structure and even start targeting this point. But since we are day traders, we are going to, this is also enough, unless you are greedy, and greediness, it was kills, a man, especially in trading. So you can see from this level we have identified a breakup structure. We have identified a key level. After that key level, we have also identified a an inducement, which is our liquidity. One of so after after our checklist is all ticked, then we'll look for our entry signals. Enter. But my main objective here on this channel is to share what I'm seeing on the higher time frame and also post it here to help you identify or easily see how I look for my higher time frame buyers, because higher time frame buyers, you have to align yourself with the higher time frame buyers in order to be at the top always. Because with this kind of level of accuracy, if you are very good with your higher time frame buyers, all you need to have is a good and sounding entry point in three signals. You can just be like this. Since we have an inducement and we have our order block, you can put something like this and do it like this. Put it here. This is 2.2. With proper, if your strategy is very good, you have a very good win rate, 2.2 is enough for you. You don't need to be greedy. Most of these big traders have been profitable with this kind of RR. For me, normally I prefer um 3 RR, and which makes me to take entry on lower time frame. Mostly it usually happens on 5 minute time frame or 3 minute time frame. Tops, it usually happens on uh you know 3 minute 15 minute time frame, and then 45. But that is when I don't see what I want to see easily. So now we are going to lower time frame to have more concise and better view of where price is likely going to come before turning away. So now this is our liquidity and it is not change, it will not change also. Then we will find our liquidity point in that level. Let's see. So what is the nearest POI that is close to um the liquidity? We have a fair value gap here. After the fair value gap here, but if you want to stay safe, you can take your entry like this after taking the distance. Entry should be here. Stop loss can be here, a bit above, and target this low, which is going to give you a 7 RR. But for someone like me that usually wait on lower time frame to see what is going to happen and what POI is likely going to hold, I usually use my entry signals, which is a sweep of higher time frame liquidity, then a minor a lower time frame liquidity sweep, which I call a minor liquidity sweep, followed by a change in state of delivery, and also sessions liquidity. I'm going to be using those. Even here we can check and see where are some liquidities resting using our session liquidity with this indicator. Look, algo. We can see that this is previous daily high, and this is the Tokyo high. And after that Tokyo high, we have also identified, Tuesday's price actions liquidity. Let's see, this is basically AMD accumulation. Then price traded higher and manipulated this liquidity here. Then New York distributed. So well, since this is a good liquidity point, now we need to know what PDR is likely going to hold this um the price before shooting it back down. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to wait for price to come into those levels, see what is happening, and find my entry signals before I enter. If I had my entry signals in this point, then that will be the PDRA that I'm going to use. Why am I not being very concise now about the PDRA in the lower time frame? Because we have lots of options here. You can see here we have an IFBG, and there is also, I always like to put my stop loss above a protected high or low, and this doesn't look like one for me. So that is why I don't want to give a certain PDRA and my bias is right. I will stick with a certain PDRA that will likely going to fail. So if it fails, then all my work of getting the bias right is going to waste, and which I would like not to have. So I will share the update with you guys later after this thing we are done with the after price delivered. So to do's.